many of you will have seen by now in game, we got a new patch notes in the mail. This is going to release in about 5 days, and it is one of the biggest patches than any of us realized. Some of the changes in there mean so much good for the future of Call of Dragons, and the devs have really proved that they are listening to the community, as well as some of the changes are just simply game changing. The way some of the features that have worked since the beginning are now going to be completely different, and they have completely fixed many of the pet systems flaws. So let's delve right into it right away. I am going to go over a few of the points, not every single one of them, as I know many of you will understand what most of these means. So of course, Winter Wonderland is going to be a new event. It will be like the same as the previous big event that we got many months ago. So this is the kind of event that has a pack that comes with it, as well as a special way of spending and earning more rewards. And most of all, the important one here is going to be Great Heights, which is going to be the one that will most likely give a legendary city skin that I think will be marksman focused, but I obviously could be wrong, as we did just get new infantry heroes. But I think it's going to be a very, very good skin, and that Wales will be fighting for it. So this will be a very important and very fun event to watch, as well as all the other events that come with it that will just give you a lot of reward for playing the game. Now, the other massive change here I want to focus on is the War Pet. They have made it so that now you can learn War Pet skill by choosing which pet skill will be replaced, meaning that you will be able to create your pets exactly how you want. Whales will be able to buy every skill they want at tier 2 and put them on the pet exactly the best way. So, you know, marksman with defense penetration or with crit and all that kind of stuff, you'll be able to really build your pets the way you want them. So this will really change the game completely, as pets will become a much more important buff to an army and will make a massive difference on the field. Now, they have also said that if you have ever replaced a skill by replacing a skill card, or by, you know, losing a skill in the process of doing this in the past, any 0 or 1 star skill cards that you lost by doing this will be refunded for exchange coins, which is really nice. And any 2 or 3 star skill cards that you use will be returned to you. So anyone who messed up something bad or used their 3 star skill cards, which you shouldn't have, will be refunded. So that's going to be very, very nice. This is a very good sign from the community, having spoken to the devs, and the devs have fixed one of the biggest flaws that everybody said we didn't like at all, and they have listened and done literally the best solution, and a full refund of everything is also massive. Now, another really massive change, which is not news to us but is still very big, reduced barricade durability and obstruction effects. So this is for everyone in the game, so they basically are nerfing barricades quite a lot. But also, in order to improve the experience, we have removed the barricade feature from Season 2+. So this is already a thing. We are in Season 2+, and there already isn't any barricades. But this is, I guess, for some players that were in it before the patch came from the last time. But anyways, it really shows that they have also, again, listened to the community. Barricades were some of the things that people hated the most. It really makes your gameplay unfun when you're stuck in them. And they seem to have completely removed it from the game and nerfed it everywhere else. So this is going to be, again, a very big change in the way combat goes. The entire meta is basically reshifted every time they do a change like this. So this is great. Obviously, this boosts, in my opinion, infantry and cavs as well, because barricades were some of their biggest counters. Now, another change that is very small in here, but I think is going to be actually very incredible fun. I hope it works well. When you are going to issue a marching order, it will automatically arrange melee legion to the front and ranged legion to the back. So I don't know how exactly that's going to work, but basically it would put your infantry and your cavs in the front. So this would be very nice quality of life for doing anything, including PvP or PvE. So I'm not sure how it's going to work, but it is really nice that they're adding that. Another really big change is observation feature for Roots of War. So I mean, this was already in Rise of Kingdom, you can observe matches, but adding it to Roots of War adds a little bit of fun to the game system. The Roots of War system is still a very fun game mode. If only they can fix the matchmaking and make it a bit better and more fair, it would be very fun. But it's still, when it is fair, it's a very fun game mode. So this is going to be nice. It also shows us that they're most likely going to implement Rise of Kingdom style of systems, which was the Osiris League, which is players from all the alliances in the world basically compete against each other, and there's prizes and tournament and streams and, you know, all that kind of stuff going on with that. Now, next, another change that's kind of hidden here is turrets. They're adding improvement when you're placing them, which is nice. But also, when you're upgrading your turret from level 5 to level 6, it will cost 1 warrant to do so. Warrants are what you use to capture war pets. Obviously, it's limited to 5 when you have max technology, which means that you won't be able to, I guess, create and upgrade your turrets over and over. Or if you do, I mean, level 6, it will cost you warrant. So this is kind of a way to limit the amount of turrets you can really create. So, I mean, I don't know how much of an impact that will have because we haven't really played with turrets yet, but turrets die quite quickly, so you will be rebuilding them often, and this really changes, again, the meta of the turrets before it's really even started. Another thing I think is actually bigger than almost any of the changes is new cross-server viewing feature. This is really interesting because it allows you to look into other servers. So when you get paired before a season, it will allow for a lot more diplomacy, a lot of more spying, a lot more information to be shared around. And because every season everybody gets mixed with new servers, sometimes half a dozen, sometimes a dozen, it really will help make the game a bit more coherent from server to server. So I do really like that change. I think it's going to be very healthy for the game. I also like that they've added new quick commands for Behemoth Raid. This is going to be very nice, especially for those who can't do Discord as much as it is almost mandatory for a lot of the fights. This will allow for, you know, a lot more casual players to communicate without needing all the organization. So again, this is also very healthy for the game in my opinion. Now, the last, but I think biggest change that they've made, this is really changing the way the game works on the core. Dual logins on the PC. You can now log on to 2 different accounts at once. So this is going to allow people really to use farm accounts in a much easier way, especially with a lot of programs that people use to farm on farm accounts. You can already do it. Farm accounts already exist. But the fact that they're adding this to the game itself, 2 different accounts at once, is really a very nice feature. It's gonna also help people pilot other accounts, which is against terms of services, but it doesn't seem to be something that matters to them, as it's obviously something that everybody does. So it is going to be very interesting to see them shift in that direction. All in all, this update has very interesting changes. The devs are obviously listening to the community. The fact that they've also reduced the troop size after a lot of complaint, and they've increased the healing, there's really just a good sign that the devs are listening and building this game with the community. It's not perfect. It is still a game that you need to spend money on to really do a lot in, but there is a very good sign for the future. Let me know what you think about the devs, and if you think they're listening to the community enough, what would you like them to change next, or what is it that you think they need to change? They have a specific chat for us to tell them what our community is complaining about, and they do listen and they do respond regularly. So make sure to share in the comments. I will be happy to share with them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.